Before we begin, make sure to subscribe for more real stories like this. The screen of my phone glowed softly in the dim light, the final message still burning into my mind. Don't call me. For words, simple, cold, final. They cut through months of shared laughter, promises, and sleepless nights like a blade through silk. I stared at the message for a long moment, the silence around me deep and hollow. Then I typed back, each letter deliberate, steady, certain. Don't come home. When I hit send, something in me shifted. It wasn't rage. It wasn't despair. It was peace, quiet, steady, grounded. The kind that only comes when you've already endured enough storms to recognize the sound of your own calm. 10 minutes later, the phone started buzzing. Once, twice, over and over. 20 missed calls in a span of minutes. Each ring felt like an echo of panic, a ripple of desperation from someone suddenly afraid of losing control. Anyone else might have panicked too, but not me. I stayed still, breathing slowly, watching the storm unfold from a distance. I thought of all the times I had waited for her to understand me, the endless explanations, the apologies for things I never did, the quiet forgiveness I offered without being asked. And now, the roles had reversed. She was the one chasing, calling, pleading, and I was the one watching in silence. I remembered the small signs I had ignored, the distant tone, the late nights, the dismissive words that used to bruise but never break me. I had loved her completely, without reservation. But love alone can't hold a relationship together when trust starts to fracture. My thumb hovered over the call button, but I didn't press it. Not this time. There's power in stillness, in refusing to chase what doesn't want to be found. The apartment around me felt empty, yet lighter than it had in years. The weight of trying, of explaining, of constantly being enough was gone. And for the first time, that emptiness didn't scare me. It felt like freedom. Then came the messages. Fast, desperate, uneven. Please answer. I need to talk. It's not what you think. Every word dripped with fear, guilt, and confusion. I read each one carefully, feeling the old reflex to comfort rise and then fade. This wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about teaching her a lesson. It was about finally honoring the quiet dignity I had lost trying to keep her happy. I remembered all those nights spent holding her while she cried, even when her pain wasn't mine to fix. All the times I stayed silent during arguments just to keep the peace. The patience, the restraint, the hope. And now, as the phone vibrated again, I realized I didn't owe another explanation. I didn't owe another response. Minutes passed, then 10, then 20. Still, I didn't answer. Because sometimes silence says more than any speech could. Calm carries its own kind of strength. Absence has a language. And in that moment, mine spoke volumes. I wasn't angry. I wasn't bitter. I simply understood. I no longer needed to participate in a story that kept rewriting my pain. By the time the 20th missed call faded, my decision was clear. I wasn't going to pick up.
Not now.
Not ever again. Every unanswered ring was a reminder, not of loss, but of control. Control I had surrendered for far too long. She had always believed urgency could bring me back, that her panic could pull me in like it always had. But this time it didn't, because I had already left, not physically, but emotionally, long before tonight. When the buzzing stopped, the silence that followed wasn't empty. It was honest. The hum of the city outside felt distant, muted. I leaned back, set the phone down, and exhaled. No shouting. No grand ending. Just peace, simple, steady, undeniable. I knew she'd try again. More texts, more apologies, more reasons to reopen wounds I had already healed. But I also knew my answer would be the same, silence. Because sometimes the strongest message isn't spoken. It's lived. And walking away, calm, certain, and unapologetic, is the purest act of self-respect there is.